Hello, Pastor James Ledbetter here. My wife brought up the fact that her family was trying to deceive her and use words to manipulate her into giving up her inheritance. And I was talking to the Lord, and the Lord asked me, "What's the first thing I notice when I think of Esau in the Bible?" And the first thing I thought of was him giving up his inheritance for a morsel of meat. And you can find that story in Genesis chapter 25, starting at verse 28. And the word says, "And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with what same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright be to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Now, recently, as you may know, like I was saying previously, my wife's family is trying to get her to give her birthright away. Just sign it over. Her family's trying to talk her out of her inheritance. They're offering her a morsel of meat versus her fair share of the inheritance that her mother and her father has left to her.
Isaac said he will bless Esau before his death. But you must go to him and receive that blessing. And you shall, if you do as I say.
My brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am not. If my father touches me and realizes I am trying to trick him, he will put a curse on me instead of giving me a blessing.
Let his curse fall on me.
So I did as my mother bid.
Which one of my sons are you?
I am Esau, your firstborn, and I have done what you told me. Please sit up and eat the meat I have brought. Then you can give me your blessing.
Come closer, so I can touch you and make sure that you really are Esau. The voice is Jacob's, but the hands are Esau's. Please come a little closer and kiss me, my son. Surely the smell of my son is like the smell of a field which the Lord has blessed.
And so, my father gave me his blessing, the blessing that belonged to Esau as his firstborn.
The moral of this story is, you can't give your birthright away for a morsel of meat. Wait patiently on the Lord. The Lord has a special surprise just for you. But if you give your birthright away, then you forfeit it. This is the thing. Every one of you has a birthright. Every one of you has that level of birthright that the Lord has given you. Don't give that birthright away just because the enemy comes in and offers you something at the moment, at the time. the point here is her family offering her a little morsel of meat compared to what she will get if she just waits. And I was listening to a prophetess a couple of days ago, and she was talking about how the enemy is panicking. The enemy is attacking, but God has a plan. And as long as you stick to that plan, you'll never regret it. Because the problem these days is people are so willing to get what they can get at the moment. They're willing to get what they can get at the time. But God has another plan. And all God is waiting on is for you to grow into that, for time to pass. He has to move all kinds of things in order to get you to that point to where you're ready to accept that blessing. You're ready to grow into that blessing. So keep this in mind. Don't be like Esau. Don't be like all these other people. Don't be like Adam and Eve and sell your birthright just for something at the moment. Because that something at the moment could disappear in a blink of an eye. But what God has for you will last for an eternity. And that's the point today. I've advised my wife, along with many other people, have advised my wife not to sign that paper, not to sign away her birthright. Because once she signs it away, it's gone. In the court of the law, it's gone. She signed it away. And so that's the point that we're trying to make today, is every one of you has a birthright. Don't sign it away for something easy for today. Go ahead and go through the struggle, because God puts you in that struggle to help you grow. God puts you in that on that waiting list so that you'll grow in patience and all the other fruits of the Spirit. Keep that in mind as you go through your daily routine. You're going to have people, family members, you're going to have friends. They're all going to turn against you because you are of the Lord. It's happened to me. It's happened to all kinds of people. And there's a lot of things that were going on in my life with my family before I come to the knowledge of Jesus that now I'm starting to open my eyes to now. So, yes, your family might turn on you. Your family might try to get you to sign away your birthright. Your family might get you to skip church on certain occasions. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't sign away your birthright. Don't sign away your life. Don't sign away the life that the Lord has for you versus what you want at the moment. Also, I want to bring up that when I gave my wife that revelation of Esau and Jacob, as I was talking, the Lord was giving her revelation that it was Rebekah, Jacob's mother, and Esau's mother talked Jacob into tricking his brother into getting his birthright. So it was a family member, just like with you, just like with my wife, just like with me, just like with anybody. Just because somebody is a family member does not mean that they have your best interest at heart. And that's great. That's how revelation works. The Lord gives me revelation, I give it to my wife, and as I'm giving it to her, she gets revelation. Hallelujah. I thank you all for listening, and I pray that you all have a blessed day.